HarperCollins presents Traitor's Legacy by S.J. Parris. Read by Kristin Atherton. Prologue. 28th of December, 1598. The armed men come at first light, a dozen in all, boots churning up the fresh snow. On their shoulders they carry swords, bills, axes. Their faces are set grim against the cold. At their head strides a broad-chested man of some 30 or so winters, with the bearing of a Roman general, or perhaps an English prince. He calls encouragement to his fellows as they march through the dawn streets. They make a curious regiment, grey-bearded men in step with skinny youths, weather-worn faces that speak of outdoor labour next to the pale complexions and ink-stained hands of scholars. Shutters creak open as they pass, bleary-eyed neighbours squinting to glimpse the strange procession. A street boy, feet wrapped in sacking, dances beside the men, seeming oblivious to the weather.
"Where are you going?"
"To war,"
says their leader, not breaking his pace.
"In Ireland?"
The boy's eyes widen. He has a white streak through his brown hair that makes him look like an inquisitive badger.
"In Shoreditch. Will you join us?"
"How much?"
The man laughs.
"4pence, if you keep lookout. Can you whistle?"
The boy puts 2 fingers in his mouth and produces an alarum that could carry all the way across the frozen Thames to Bankside. The few passers-by stop in their tracks and stare.
"No, really, draw everyone's attention to our business, why don't you?"
mutters one of the company, the one with the high forehead and serious eyes.
"Go home to your writing table, if this is too much adventure for you,"
calls the leader cheerfully. His companion responds with something inaudible, trudging sullenly in his wake. 2 girls of the town, face paint smudged after a busy night, watch the motley band as they round the corner onto Holywell Lane.
"I know him,"
she says, nodding to the man at the front.
"Be a rarity to find a man in London you haven't known,"
says her friend, pulling her shawl tighter.
"No, I mean,"
the first girl smiles and shakes her head.
"I've seen him before. Can't place his name, though. Come on, let's see what this is about."
"Just call them all sweetheart, that way you don't have to remember," sniffs the other, though she follows in the hope of some diversion. Where can they be headed at this hour? The men stop in front of a shuttered building on Curtain Road. The snow falls thicker, settling on hat brims and sleeves, making white waves of the rutted street. The facade before them has a forlorn and neglected air. 2 years now since its timbers shook to the laughter or gasps of a crowd, on account of the leasehold dispute.
"Well then, gentlemen,"
says the broad-chested man, planting the handle of his pike-staff in the snow. Now that they are here, he seems less certain of how to proceed.
"You,"
he says, snapping his fingers at the boy, who is still skipping at his side.
"stand on that corner. Whistle if anyone comes."
He flicks a coin in the air. It spins through the whirling flakes, and the boy catches it deftly.
"Like who?"
"Constables. Magistrates."
The man thinks.
"Lawyers, especially. You know what a lawyer's robes look like?"
"Course."
The boy glances up at the building.
"Are you robbing, then?"
"No, indeed. You can't steal your own property. Am I right, gentlemen?"
He turns to his fellows. They murmur doubtful assent.
"God's teeth,"
says a big man as he pushes to the front. He wears a rabbit-skin hat and the apron of a master builder over his jacket.
"Stop your jawing, let's get this done while the light lasts, before we freeze our bollocks off."
He raises a mallet and smashes it into the plaster between 2 joists.
"Romeo!"
says the painted girl suddenly, pointing as the men begin to dismantle the structure before their eyes.
"That's who he is! He's Romeo!" "Oh, yes, and Prince Hal!"
exclaims her friend, delighted. They work the playhouses sometimes.
"Richard III! Tamburlaine!"
The man who led the company hears them and turns, sweeping off his hat in low bow to reveal a thatch of curly hair, receding only a little.
"Ladies, Richard Burbage, player, at your service."
"You're tearing down the theatre?"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?